The benefits of doing schema markup. When you approach your clients or you talk to your clients about what you're doing around schema markup, it'll be important for you to be able to articulate what are the outcomes or the actual results of doing this work. So the first thing we've seen is out of the research, 30% increase in click-through rates for results with rich snippets. So anytime a rich snippet exists, this is when there's an image in search, they're getting more click-throughs. And so again, if you think about conversions, this is what you want to get. So trying to get more rich snippets so that you can get more click-throughs is one of the key outcomes of doing this. The other piece is around increased search rank position. And we have seen for local businesses as well as large businesses, when you add schema.org to specific pages that people are looking for, we've seen actually some companies jump as much as 3 pages very quickly for search keywords that people are looking for. Now, there's a big asterisk on this one to say it's hard to correlate directly whether just the schema markup is why some of these pages saw an increase in rank, because in addition to doing the schema markup, you still have to do the basics in SEO optimization. And so the takeaway here is if you do schema markup, it will contribute to increased search rank, but it's also dependent on doing the other SEO basics well. The other takeaway that is interesting here is around search results in position 2. And so what they found was that even though it wasn't in the top rank, it was in the second rank, but if it had a star rating, it was getting 76% of clicks over the first rank. And so again, the intent then as you're doing the markup is to think about how you can get those rich snippets to appear for your clients' websites so that you can then, again, get more clicks and more conversions and more business. The last 2 measurable benefits, one is done by a study by Jarno van Driel, and it was done on a medical website where they stopped doing all the SEO basics to just measure the impact of doing structured data. And they saw a significant increase in search traffic. Now, this website itself had some penalties from Google or some impacts from the Google releases. And so it may be a bit different than a typical situation. However, as they iterated through doing the structured data, they were able to get more and more clear with Google as to what the things they were trying to articulate. And again, they saw over 200% increase in traffic for specific pages. Worth a read in the study to understand how it is an iterative approach and not just a one-time and done. And then finally, increased business intelligence. And this is really, I would say, the buzz that's going on with thought leaders in semantic search marketing, where you can use all the details, and we'll talk later about the properties that you use to describe websites and the things, and then import that into Google Analytics to use those properties to better understand the customer behavior on your website. And while this is kind of early days in sort of being able to gauge, what is the benefit of using structured data around understanding customer behavior, it's where the thought leaders believe structured data's biggest value and biggest benefits will come from, above sort of the search engine optimization. The other benefits are the results after implementing. And these are really where you're seeing a shift from to control your branding for the company more, and to move some of the actions directly into email as well as into search. What do I really mean? So, for example, for local businesses, you can move the local information into search results, and now it's in limited release. You can move an order or reserve button directly into that local business information. So as searchers are looking for, let's say, a local restaurant, instead of then having to click on the restaurant website and go to reserve, they'll be able to reserve directly out of search results. Also, online reviews are directly in search results. Again, not allowing research to be done directly in the search results. Branding, you can control branding with schema.org, as well as your social media shares. For example, you can use structured data to define how articles or pages on your website appear in social media. It also is controlling your branding around what phone numbers and social media links you want to appear, logos as well, in search results. You can take over more search real estate by sort of explicitly calling out information about the company and working on achieving that knowledge panel on the right-hand side of search results, as well as moving event detail, video content, article information, recipe information, all directly into search results. And then finally, structured data also allows you to do actions into email. So think of the results are really impacting the customer experience and customer behavior and how they're interacting. The other benefit is it's easier for publishers. So think of these as people who are creating websites. So webmasters no longer have to make trade-offs between syntax or sort of implement different vocabularies. And so this is going to save them or you time, improve efficiency, as well as increase adoption across the board. And so having this single vocabulary really allows webmasters to become experts in this one space and then have many, many, many benefits of implementing it for their clients. And then finally, it's easier for search engines. I mentioned that this is really a no-brainer. We're making it easier for them to understand the content on the websites, and therefore they can better then match that content to users who are searching for it, which in the end should result in more traffic, more clicks, and more business for all of us, for the people who are looking for what we sell and what we offer. So those are the benefits of doing schema.org on websites from a business perspective.